If a robot made of liquid metal walked through the door right now, it wouldn't just be advanced, it would represent a material science miracle that we don't yet know how to build. The T-1000 from Terminator 2 Judgment Day isn't just futuristic, it might not be physically possible. By the end of this video, you'll know either way. The T-1000 isn't just liquid metal. It can flow like mercury, it can instantly harden into blades, it can mimic complex human faces, it can repair itself, it can split and reform, and it can think intelligently. All of this means that it must be simultaneously fluid, structurally strong, computationally complex, and energy efficient. And that combination is problematic. The T-1000 is made of liquid metal. There are liquid metals already existing, mercury for example, and gallium alloys. But here's the issue. These are liquid because their atomic bonds are weak at room temperature. Weak bonds mean low structural strength. So if the T-1000 is liquid enough to flow like water, it cannot instantly become rigid enough to punch through steel. To do that, it would need a controllable phase transition at room temperature, and that means changing atomic bonding strength on command. We do not know any material today that can do this reversibly, instantly, and repeatedly. Not even close. Now let's consider the computational problem. The T-1000 thinks, it reasons, it tracks targets, it mimics voice patterns, and it makes decisions. So where is its processor? In a normal robot, it will have a central CPU. In the T-1000, the entire body appears computational, and that implies a distributed computation inside a fluid metal. But computation requires stable circuitry, fixed geometry, controlled electron pathways. You cannot simply run a silicon-style logic gate inside a constantly shifting liquid atom network. If the brain moves, changes shape, and splits, how does it maintain continuity of memory? There is no known physics model for stable computation in a freely flowing metal mass, although it would be really cool. Now let's think about the energy. Every transformation of the T-1000 costs energy. Phase changes cost energy. Structural rearrangement costs energy. Regeneration costs energy. Where does this energy come from? The T-1000 has no visible reactor, no visible battery bulk, no fuel source. Yet it seems to run indefinitely. It regenerates from bullet wounds, changes shape repeatedly. Even if it had some sort of ultra-advanced batteries, energy density limits still apply. Physics does not allow infinite regeneration without energy input. That alone suggests it would require a power source beyond known chemistry, which creates a new problem: heat. High energy density means heat generation. Liquid metals conduct heat extremely well. If it's constantly rearranging structure, it should glow, it should radiate heat, it should potentially melt any surface it touches. But in the film, it walks around at room temperature, and that violates our thermodynamic expectations as we currently understand them. Next, let's take a look at the splitting. The T-1000 in the film divides. When that happens, which part is the real part? If computation is fully distributed, splitting should create two independent consciousnesses. But we don't see that. So either its brain is centralized, contradicting fluid design, or consciousness is somehow quantum linked across metal droplets. But now we've entered science fiction territory, far beyond current material science. So what might be possible? Here's where it gets interesting. Could we create something inspired by the T-1000? Possibly. Shape memory alloys, magnetorheological fluids, swarm robotics, modular micro-robots. These are all possible. You might not get a liquid assassin, but you could get adaptive metallic systems, self-healing materials, and reconfigurable robots. So the T-1000 is not pure fantasy, it's just wildly exaggerated. The T-1000 isn't just advanced. It requires a room temperature reversible phase-changing supermaterial, a fully redistributed liquid state computation, extreme energy density without a heat signature, perfect structural cohesion during splitting, and none of those exist in current science. Combining them all, certainly beyond our current understanding of physics and materials chemistry. So could a liquid metal robot exist? Maybe. Could it behave like the T-1000? Almost certainly not. I'm Dr. Dan Stokes, and if you enjoy seeing sci-fi ideas pushed to their physical limits, then hit subscribe. Next episode, I'll be taking apart another iconic concept and asking whether physics and science would allow it to survive more than 5 minutes in the real world.